Welcome to cooperations lecture. This is the first lecture that we are starting of cooperation. So all the best everyone. Hope you all are doing well. So let us proceed. So today we are going to start cooperation syllabus. Before that, I want to give you one flashback or one revision of cooperative societies. Okay. So let us proceed. So we'll start with the cooperative societies. So introduction is cooperative organization is a voluntary association of persons who come together to collect small saving of different people through a society. Means what? Means it is an association, means people are coming together who are we can say who are economically weak people are coming together and forming a cooperative society to collect small saving of different people through a society. Okay, what is given next? These funds is utilized to help the needy member by giving them loan or to promote their economic interests. Means whatever money is being collected by cooperative society, I'll say CS. Okay, whatever money is collected by CS, that is utilized for giving loan to members and to fulfill their common needs. Okay, next one is a cooperative organization is a voluntary organization of individual formed in order to achieve certain economic objective. Here one word is given, voluntary organization. What do you mean by voluntary? Voluntary means people are coming by themselves. They are not forced to come. We are not forcing anyone or blackmailing someone. No, we are not doing that. We are people are coming by their own to be a member of cooperative society. Okay, the nature of cooperative organization is service oriented, means it is there for public, it is there for its members. Its first motto is to give services, is to provide services. Profit motive is the second motto of CS. The first motto is it wants to provide service to the members. Okay, each next one is each for all and all for each is the principle of cooperative society. As you have learned in your 11th that Robert Owen, he was the founder of the CS. What he did, he saw or what problem was facing by the people, that adulteration in foods, means like we can say milawat. Okay, adulteration was there, rise in price was there, middlemen like money lenders, they were charging many interest to people and their people were getting harassed by them. So to avoid all this, what came? CS came. CS helps their people. CS, like we learned, it is a voluntary association. People come by their own and becomes a member of CS, and whatever facilities are provided by CS, it is given to its members. Okay, small saving of different people save their money to CS and they also get help from CS. The nature of CS is service oriented. It is therefore giving services. It want to we can say service oriented. It has to provide service to members. Profit motive is second motto. Okay, so let us proceed with the features of CS. Number one is separate legal entity. Separate legal, you must have learned in your 11th. I told you many a times about it. Separate legal entity, that means members or society is different from its members. Okay, what is given here? A CS has an independent legal status. It implies that it can hold properties in its own name and enter into contacts. Means we can say if members of society like 10 members are there, minimum 10 members should be there. What is given here? A cooperative society has an independent legal status, means it is separate from its members. Like sole trading, you have learned it in your 11th. Sole trading, if that sole trade dies, the business also will long. Okay, that business will not continue because that there was not separate legal entity. But here in cooperative societies there is separate legal entity, means business or cooperative society is different from its member. If one person dies, if one person becomes insolvent, will that affect the society? No, that means the society is different from its members. They both are different entities here. A cooperative society has an independent legal status, means it is independent from its members. It implies that it holds properties in its own name and enter into contracts by its own name. Okay, what is given next? Management and control. So here we can say a cooperative society is managed and controlled by a managing committee formed by its members. Okay, I told you about managing committee. What is managing committee? Like from members, some members are selected as managing committee or board of directors. They will be handling everything. Like we can say out of 10 members or out of 100 members, we have chosen 10 members as a board of directors or as a managing committee. Managing committee or board of directors are from, or shareholders, they are from between the members only. Okay, a cooperative society is managed and controlled by a managing committee formed by its members. Means to forming a managing committee there are different schemes, or we can say different techniques, like voting. Members vote for their person that whom they want to see as a board of director or managing committee. What is given here? A cooperative society is managed and controlled by managing committee. Managing committee manages the cooperative society here. Cooperative society means whatever work is there, like how many percentage of dividend should be given to members, whom has given how many money, or who has saved money, or who has invested money more. All this is managed and controlled by managing committee. Okay, and managing committee is formed by members. Out of members only managing committee is formed. Like out of 100 members we chose 10 members as managing committee, so that 10 members will manage and control the cooperative society, and those 10 members are from those 100 members only. Okay, so we have learned two features here till now: separate legal entity and managed and control. Okay, so next is voluntary association. As I told you, voluntary means they are coming by their own. They are not forced to come. They are not forced to join the CS. So what is given here? And association means together. Okay. So what is given here about voluntary association? The membership is on voluntary basis. Voluntary basis means they are members are not forced to be a member of CS. They come by their own and becomes a member of CS. The membership is on voluntary basis and is not affected by caste, gender or religious considerations. Means what? We can't say that we'll take only XYZ caste people, or only male or only female or any religious. We cannot distinguish between caste, creed, gender, religion. Okay, we cannot differentiate that. Okay, so from every caste, every gender, every religion, people are welcomed in CS. CS is not affected by caste, creed, religion, or gender. Okay, it is it welcomes all type of people. What is given here? The membership is on voluntary basis. People come by their own. Who wants to be the member of CS? They becomes the member of CS. Okay, it is not compulsion, or it is not any foundation that only XYZ people from XYZ religion can become the member of CS. It is not like that. Okay. Next one is limited liability. Limited liability here means the degree of liability of a member is limited to the amount of capital contributed by him or her. So you know the meaning of limited, you know the meaning of liability. Limited liability means that person, suppose 50 members are there. So out of 50, what is given here, the degree of liability of a member means what? Every person will be liable to the amount invested by him. Suppose I invested 10,000 rupees, so I will be liable to have a loss up to 10,000 only. That is my limit. We can say limited liability. If I have invested 50,000 rupees, my limit of loss will be only to 50,000 rupees. It will not go beyond it. The degree of liability of a member is limited to the amount of capital contributed by him or her. Okay, whatever contribution is given by the member, his liability is stick to that amount only. We cannot bound him, or we cannot force him to pay liability against investment. If he is doing investment of 10,000 only, he is liable to pay, or he is liable to have a loss of 10,000 only, not beyond that. It is limited liability. The degree of liability of a member is limited, means his liability is limited to the amount invested by him, or to the amount contributed by him, not beyond that. Understood? Next is state control. So what is given here? The cooperative societies follow certain rules and regulations framed by the cooperative department of a concerned state government. Means what? I am reading it again. Cooperative society follows certain rules and regulations framed by the cooperative department of the concerned state government. Means cooperative society is having state control. You're going to learn it in, or you actually you have learned it in your 11th, that there are one, we can say, structure is there, like the topmost apex, we can say, society is state cooperative society. State cooperative society give funds to district central cooperative societies, and from district central cooperative society funds comes to primary cooperative society, and from primary CS to public or its member. There is a tree: state cooperative, district central cooperative, then comes primary cooperative, and then comes to members. Means 4, we can say, steps are there. So here like we can say primary cooperative society, like we are learning about primary CS, or how CS works, or what are the features of CS, but who provides funds, or who manages CS, or who, we can say, sees the CS, that is state cooperative societies. It is the apex of all the societies, means it is at the topmost, and with that rules and regulations flows and funds flows. Okay, so what is given here? State control. The cooperative society follows certain rules and regulations framed by cooperative department of concerned state government. Means like in Maharashtra, whatever rules and regulations are framed by state government for CS, every CS needs to follow that, whether it is at any level, whether it is at state cooperative level or district central cooperative level or primary central cooperative level, it has to follow that. Okay, the rules and regulations will be framed by state government of that particular state. Suppose in Gujarat government will frame rules and regulations for their CS. Maharashtra government will frame rules and regulations of Maharashtra's CS, and CS has to follow that particular rules and regulations framed by their government, by state government. In every state there are CS, and that particular CS needs to follow the rules and regulations framed by their government. Okay, next one is equality in voting rights. So equality, here we are not talking about gender equality. Here we can say it serves the value of equality through its policy of one member one vote, regardless of the share of capital contributed by each member. So what do you mean by this? The policy is in CS, the policy is one member one vote. Means if suppose I have 10,000 shares, and suppose A and B, A has 10,000 shares and B has only 200 shares, but still they have equal voting rights. A will vote one time only and B will vote one time only. If the policy is one share one vote, then how many times A can vote? He can vote 10,000 times. And how many times B can vote? He can vote only 200 times. Because one share one vote, A is having 10,000 shares and B is having 200 shares. So there is no equality. So to have equality in voting rights, which policy is there? That is one member one vote. Means one member will vote only one time for that particular decision or that particular we can say discussion. Okay, one member one vote. A can vote only one time, whether he is having 10,000 shares or 100 shares or 1 lakh shares. B will also vote only one time, whether he is having 50 shares or 10 shares. The voting rights in a cooperative society is equal. No one is given prior, we can say equal voting rights. Okay, so today we learned about meaning of CS. You know this meaning of CS, but I gave you just a revision so that we can start with our 12th syllabus. So you learned introduction, meaning of CS. Then we saw features of CS, that is separate legal entity, management and control, voluntary association, then limited liability, then state control and equality in voting rights. Okay, today we learned 6 features of CS. In our next lecture we learn about merits and demerits of CS. Okay, so students, stay home and study.